On this episode of PedalBox Road Trip, we're at Rustival 4 for another instalment of one of the best car shows in the UK. Rustival has gone from strength to strength since it began only a couple of years ago. Matt, Steph, Ian and Carly have done a fantastic job cultivating a great atmosphere and putting together a superb event with so many volunteers who make this show happen. We're going to take a look around some of the cars at the show and chat to some of the other folk in Creator Corner, including Ian, who we got a few minutes with once the dust had finally settled. First up is this 2005 Nissan 350Z, which fans of Need for Speed Pro Street will recognise as this is the car of Yoshi Suzuki, and this is a great tribute to the in-game car. This has been put together by Faction Automotive, who are over on TikTok, and you can see more of this car being built over there. Faction were also on the creator stage at Rustival and have recently started making longer form videos on YouTube, so subscribe to them here too if you'd like to see more. It's not often you see a first generation Suzuki Vitara these days, much less two of them in identical what I believe is tropical green parked next to one another. But in this case, parked nearby was a third Vitara in the same tropical green with silver contrast. At Rustival 3, they actually lined them all up as they were leaving for some pictures, and it was a real double-take moment that stopped me in my tracks. This 1975 Fiat 128 looks like a real survivor. There's rust on all the flat surfaces, including just below the windows right on the shoulder line, as well as the bonnet, roof and boot. I wonder if it's seen some standing water, maybe under a well-sodden cover, or perhaps it's just been unlucky in storage. But either way, the sides, sills and valances look really pretty good, as does all of the bright work around the grille and the headlights. For a car which was so notorious for rust in all of the wrong places, this one's looking remarkably good, even with a couple of minor dings. Despite what you may think, this isn't a Rancho. Sure enough, it's very much a Talbot Mantra, and I suppose technically it is a Rancho, but as this one is of Italian heritage, coming over here only a couple of years ago, that means it's actually a ranch. There is no missing O from that decal. This one's in absolutely stunning condition. The interior is mint. I've never seen one as clean as this. Back over in Creator Corner, the wandering organist had brought this extremely clean looking Citroen C5. This is one of the last models to have the famous hydro-pneumatic suspension. Eventually, it was phased out on the second gen C5, and no current Citroen has their famous suspension, which is a little bit disappointing really.
So welcome back to Rustival. I am here with Alex and James and their wonderful 1.4 TDI Polo that has done sterling work coming up here.
Absolutely, it's an absolute beast.
So what have you been doing to it? Is this one of your project cars, or is this the beta to get around to get the parts for the other project cars?
It's kind of the everything's a project,
yes.
Isn't it?
They're never
but yeah,
done.
This is kind of a daily for me, just because it's the 1.4 3-cylinder diesel.
Yeah.
Obviously, it needs a little bit of
TLC.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a bit of gaffer tape on the arches? I mean, that's character, right?
Classic.
Character.
Classic.
The MOT, doesn't
Yeah.
it? It's all good.
Yeah, it's not got a sharp edge anymore. It's fine.
Yeah,
Well, so what other cars have you got? What other projects have you got?
If
this is the reliable daily.
This is the reliable daily, along with the Tesla Model S.
Okay.
For the free supercharging.
Yes, sure. Oh, you got in early enough to get the
yeah. I've got a Jeep Grand Cherokee, which isn't that reliable at the minute. I've got a Jag XJR straight 6, which is nice. A Boxster, which has just failed its MOT.
Yeah.
And a Saab 900 Turbo Cabriolet, which is a bit of a project.
Okay, so that's nice. And then you've got...
So I'm here today, I've got a Saab 9.3 convertible diesel, which was like the kind of daily beta that it has been, but it's just been replaced. And then the projects, I've got a few 2CVs. So I've got one 2CV which needs a new engine, one which needs lots of welding, one which hasn't run in 20 years, and another one which needs new brakes.
Wow.
So, it's a full range.
You've got
one working car,
and really you need Ian.
Yeah,
to
so
just
throw
knowledge at
all
it.
of it together. Yeah, that'd be good. Pontiac Transport, which is the big dustbuster. That was here last
the
year.
Dustbuster. So yours was the dustbuster that was here
last year. That was my dustbuster last year.
I saw that and I lamented not getting enough video of it.
Well, next time, because now that there's another one, that's it. I'll have had a chance to do a rundown for the Pontiac to make here. Saab 9000, which has been, I've had that for 9 years. I absolutely love that car, but it's currently a little incontinent with its oil, which is again why that's not here. And then in the garage there is a Yugo 45, which is something that is local car to North Wales where I live. It was bought in a garage in North Wales, one owner before me.
Wow.
Only done 26,000 miles and has only left North Wales once in its life.
Really?
Which was to go Christmas shopping in Chester. So it's it's a real lovely local car.
So it's a Welsh car.
It's a proper it's a Yugoslavian / Welsh.
Yes.
But it will see the road again at some point. It could be like 20 years this way it's going.
Wow. I was at a show last year and there was a car and it had never had anybody in the back seat.
Wow.
Verified by the previous owner.
Wow.
It is
just have the plastic covers over the back seats.
It was pristine, but just cloth. And you're like, oh yeah, no one's ever used those seats before as he picked it up.
That's bizarre, isn't
it? Some of the little nuggets you get with these with these cars is just incredible.
And that's what's really good about shows like this one here. Yeah. I've gone round, and to be fair, I've not actually got round as much as I normally would because I've been talking to people and finding out stories and hearing things, and people have been telling stories of what their cars have done and how their cars have been, or paying attention to my Saab, which really surprised me because it was just the second choice car today, and telling me all about their stories with Saabs and why they love Saabs and things like that. So look, that's why it's great. This is what's brilliant about this show.
It's such a good show for that.
It's the best, I really do.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I've only missed 1 out of 4. Lament it. I was on the wrong continent.
How dare you?
But yeah, we're looking forward to Rustival 5.
Yes.
Probably will bring the Rodius again with all the gear in the back and maybe something else.
Ooh.
Maybe.
I shall aim to have the transport at least. Yeah. And then maybe I'll be able to persuade the wife to bring something else. That would be good, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. So you've got a channel as well because you were up on the creator stage just after me.
We were.
And your channel is
Seized Gearbox. So Seized Gearbox. Basically the antithesis to Top Gear. So you've got Top Gear where you're going, we've just got Seized Gearbox. So that's our kind of idea.
Yeah. Everything exists, just not necessarily working.
Exactly. Yeah. that kind of thing that you thought that's a really good idea and then it wasn't.
Oh, I know.
I think you know that one well.
Yeah. Oh, that hits home. Oh, well, fantastic. I think I've already subscribed to you. I will make sure to keep a look out, and we'll put a link to the channel in the description and a card in the corner as well if I remember. We'll hopefully see you at Rustival 5.
See you at Rustival 5.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Cheers, Adrian.
Thanks. Bye.
Driving on a sunny day with the roof down is such a pleasure, and the weather at Rustival was perfect for this Lexus SC, and with a V8 up front, this must have made the drive to and from the show just about perfect. Powered by an evolution of the 1UZ, synonymous with the much-lauded LS Luxo barge and known for its reliability, this has to be a strong contender for the perfect weekend cabrio. Although some of the styling divides opinion, I'm not totally sold on the giant rounded lights, giving it the big bug-eye look. But once you're behind the wheel, that's really everybody else's problem while you enjoy the scenery. At nearly 100 years old, this 1929 Austin was one of the oldest cars at the show, and in remarkable condition. This 16 Light 6 is in the Burnham body style, one of 3 available, alongside an open-top Tourer, the Open Road, and the Westminster, which lacked the rearmost window on the side seen here. This one has a rarely seen roll-down rear window option, and has had a couple more improvements made over the years, including swapping the magneto for a coil more recently for a little bit more reliability. The Sabre Scimitar is a great-looking car, and the fact only 100 of the Mark IIs were made is a bit of a pity. This one is mostly original, save for a couple of maintenance-related changes many K-Series owners will relate to. After being laid up for 10 years, the cylinder head, gasket, belt, water pump and thermostat needed replacing to cure a familiar overheating problem. The suspension and brakes have been refurbished and the hood treated to keep as much of the original car there as possible, and it's even wearing its original dealer plates. Another great example of a fun sunny day car to get out and enjoy. Sometimes cars will try and test us, and this Volvo 940 seemed to have done just that, as on the way to Rustival it decided to dump the centre section of the exhaust. This could have been a fairly major problem, and while it wasn't much fun driving without the exhaust, being deafened the entire way here, The driver was pretty well prepared with a trolley jack and tools to reattach it all and get back on the road in relative comfort. Laurie from Laurie's Mechanical Marvels was back at Rustival once again, and he'd brought his latest industrial toy, a road roller made by Aveling and Barford. This 2-and-a-bit ton beast has a Lister 2-cylinder diesel, although that's not the one it originally came with. It's been extensively modified, and by that I mean it's been hacked into, in order to wedge the new engine inside the frame and clearance various parts, and it's also lost its doors along the way because they wouldn't close over the new power plant. You can see more of the roller on Laurie's Mechanical Marvels, as well as some of his less agricultural fleet, including this MR2 Turbo that he brought along after recently returning it to the road. This is a really nice example of a Mr. 2, and he's had this one for a long time, and now thanks to some help from Tom, Dave and the others, he's getting more and more of his fleet back on the road, which is great to see. I'd like to try one of these at some point. I wonder if I can persuade him to pass the keys over once he's done enjoying it.
So I'm here with Jon, who has brought the Royal Snail, which, if you watched his channel, you saw it had a little mishap on the M25.
Well, it had a little mishap on the way to work one morning where someone decided to pull out in front of me, so it's had a new front end here.
Yeah.
And then, yes, it had a mishap on the M25 in that the timing chain decided to explode.
Yeah, I remember watching the diagnosis on that and going...
Yeah, it was nearly Goodnight Snail about a year ago today, actually.
Is it a year today?
About
wow.
that, yeah.
Oh, well, at least it was resurrected.
Yes.
And it made it back.
Right,
and, you know,
rides again. The Royal Snail 2, second class.
It's on its third life now. I don't know how many lives snails have, but we could definitely count 3 at this point.
Yeah, considering it was going to be scrapped, I paid 200 quid for my little snail van.
That's not bad.
Spent a few hundred quid putting it back on the road, and then ran it, and then it was involved in the accident.
Yes.
Which took out the front wing, the front bumper, and this headlight.
That's right, because it got pranged, got put back on the road, and then grenaded the timing.
That is exactly it.
Yeah, that was it. So I can't remember which way round they happened, but yeah, it was, wasn't it?
I was heading down to Kent to go and see a prototype Proton that was in an auction.
That was the one, yeah.
And yes, it just went boom.
Nope.
Literally, I was doing 70 in the outside lane.
And then you weren't.
And then literally all I heard was a thunk. And I thought, oh, now I've lost power. So I managed to get across 3 lanes.
Yeah, fight across 3 lanes.
I was on the hard shoulder of the M25, and I thought it was the fuel pump.
Yes,
so it's got a kill switch down in the bottom here, and I thought, okay, it's just tripped or whatever.
Yeah, it just tripped it.
Kept pressing it. Luckily, I had a diagnostic machine in the boot, and plugged it in, and it went nope. And, so I had to be recovered all the way back to Lincolnshire.
An emphatic no from the OBD.
Yes. So that was 8 hours of my day I was never getting back, and then I went back to Kent the next day, but not in the Snail, sadly.
Yes, yeah, because I saw the prototype video. That was a very interesting vehicle.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, what did it was up for auction, wasn't it? What did it go for?
It didn't sell. It didn't sell. And I've lost it since. I think it's gone back to the owner's shed.
It's always interesting when those things kind of come up and you go, well, this could go one of 2 ways. Either it's going to be spectacular, or no interest. And if you have the wrong people there, you get no interest whatsoever, or depending on what they're asking.
Yeah, so just for the benefit of the viewers, we're talking about the not Hobbs Parker, that's a lie. We're talking about the Stevens Cypher Coupe prototype, which if you know about the Stevens Cypher, there was some built on Reliant Kittens and all that sort of stuff. And Tony Stevens had started to try and manufacture his own car and then sell it back to manufacturers. It didn't really take off.
It's a bold concept.
Yeah, and he did it with a Proton. And,
maybe we should try that with our car.
Yeah, maybe. and this was the prototype, and he initially wanted to sell it 10 years ago for £250,000. Unsurprisingly, had no interest.
No, I bet.
And then wanted, I think, worst to the effect of £25,000.
Yeah.
And then he failed to sell it with a reserve of £3,000. So I think it's gone back in his shed. And the sad reality is it will get scrapped.
Yeah, that's going to be the disappointing part.
Yeah, it was almost, where we are today is almost the best place for it in their sort of concept car area.
Yeah.
But the sad reality is nobody really wants it. What is it? Well, it's been built in a shed by a bloke, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the reality of our, like, the car that we've built. Either somebody with a museum one day in the distant future goes, that's interesting.
This is out of a TT you've built, is it?
So yeah, so it's the TT transaxle and then butchered onto the back of a like low-cost chassis and then thrown metal and a welder at it until it had a full body. And the reality is much the same for that. It is sort of the long term, you know, you build these things and you have to, if you're going to think about the legacy of it.
Who wants it?
Who's going to want it? And the reality is potentially nobody. And as long as you're okay with that, you enjoy it and you do whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that's kind of it. You know, it would be lovely to think that some eccentric with a museum will go, ooh, yes. And I have kind of found one who was very interested in theory in America, which is less convenient. But I have said about trying to tour it over there one day, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm glad to see that the Royal Snail made it back once again.
I'm glad I brought it to Rustival.
Yeah, it's been getting a lot of love, I assume?
Yeah, it has. It's been very popular today, and actually...
Fantastic.
You might think that it's just an old van, which it is an old van.
It is.
But I use it all the time. I drive around it all the time. It's not like high days and holidays. I've washed it for the first time in about 2 years.
Well, this is it. I mean, this is the same thing we've discovered with the Rodius already. It's so big, it's a convenient van.
Oh, I'm going to Lidl on the way home, and I'm going to fill it full of cat litter and cat food.
By Lidl?
Yeah, I'm gonna go shopping on the way home. Yeah. And that is the best thing about it. Actually, I love my little van enough to spend £600 putting it back on the road when the engine went bang.
Yeah.
But if someone drives into it in Lidl, who cares?
Yeah.
If someone opens their car door, fine, no worries.
It's not. You don't have to be precious about it.
No, it's my knackered old van.
Yeah, and you're free to use it, and there's no concerns over it, which it's so refreshing to drive something like that.
It makes people smile, and I like seeing people double take. I drove my mum back from the airport in it the other day.
Oh, really?
And you could see kids, because it was Easter holidays, the kids were like, oh, Royal Snail, and waving and all that. So it's just a fun little thing, and you get beeps and thumbs up, and I just enjoy it.
Fantastic.
Maybe I like being the centre of attention.
Well, you kind of got to be on YouTube at all, really. Or at least you've got to be accepting of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So... But yeah,
I enjoy it. Thanks for featuring it.
That's all right. Thanks for bringing it down. It's nice to see both you and the car. Yeah. Well, you again, and to see the Royal Snail for the first time.
Yeah, nobody really sees it unless they live locally to me and sees it in the little car park, as I say.
All the more reason to bring it down. Thank you very much.
Good. Thanks for talking.
Yeah,
today.
no problem. We'll put a link to Jon's channel just in case you haven't seen him and his vast collection of Protons, because this is really the outlier of your collection.
Yeah,
it's not a Proton.
Yeah. Today. Yeah.
It's not British, not British Leyland.
No.
Not Proton.
No.
Completely off-brand.
Subscribe, like and hype.
Yes, yeah. And we'll see you on some other episode in the future, potentially with Jon.
I have a bad history with Vauxhalls in my family. Electrical problems that never go away across all three that we've had, but I'd risk it all again for a Monaro. There's something seductive about a rowdy rear-wheel drive coupe, and this one from Down Under seems like an excellent way to have fun. This one's two-tone paint is the result of some of that rowdiness catching the owner out on the Nürburgring just beyond Brunchen and having a very brief but impactful excursion into the Armco at what seemed like a relatively sedate pace. The scars are still visible on the rear quarter, but at least it's back up and running with a new front end. This White Rover caught me by surprise as I walked by, and it wasn't just the Viking staring defiantly from the bonnet. Looking down the side, there's an extra window on this stretch. Not an extra door, mind you, just an extra window, making for a very spacious rear cabin. I can't imagine there were many of these built, although they do have jump seats. That does compromise the lounging potential somewhat. Finally, we have this Audi A2 in a really nice sea blue. We've had two of these in the family, although they've never been on the channel, always just in the background, and the first one was this colour. I really liked it, but sadly it was crashed into and written off by a bin lorry in London. This one, however, is still going strong, and it's the 1.6 FSI with 110 horsepower, an increase of well over 30% on the 1.4 that we had, and this one has the 3-spoke sport steering wheel as well as the jacquard satin Recaro sport seats. I would have loved to have owned one of the 1.6 sports like this. It would have been absolutely fantastic.
So Rustival 4 is in the books, another one done. This has become a proper, like, calendar event everybody wants to get to. Tickets are selling out faster and faster.
Yeah, we are blown away by the level of interest in this humble little show we put together.
It's such a good event. Like, the vibe is so good. Everybody's just like, oh, what have you got? This. Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what we love most, because we haven't told people to do that. But we've kind of hoped they would be like that.
Cultivated that with Friendship Corner, which if you haven't joined Friendship Corner, definitely go and do that as well. There's
little blue tent behind us.
Little blue tent behind us where all of the creator stage was being run from and everything else. So fantastic.
Yeah, and it's about community as well. It's because there's a lot of people who, you know, they might be a little lonely in life, and they come to a show. It's a bit overwhelming to have this many people. We've had about 2,500 people here today. Wow. So to suddenly be amongst that is overwhelming.
800
but you can go,
some odd cars?
Yeah, 850 cars booked in. So you can go to Friendship Corner, you can just have a bit of a chat and a bit of a relax and chill out.
It's a nice...
And if you don't know anyone here, you're like, how do I make friends?
You can come and find them.
People. Just go to Friendship Corner and you'll definitely get a friendly welcome from someone.
And it is one of the unique things about the event, that the event actually actively cultivates and puts on a social corner for people to meet at. It's not just, oh yeah, there's a bar, there's food, there's whatever over there, you know, go and meet people. No, there is a nexus to come and meet people if you want to come and meet people.
But if you want to go and sit in your car and have a quiet moment,
and you absolutely can. It
It
is such a good event, and I regret that I missed Rustival 2. But I've done the other three.
They go so quick though. I've blinked and missed it. And every time there's something new and special. Last time we had 2 Sangyong
Yes,
radiuses.
this one and your one.
Yeah.
So are you getting flashbacks?
We've got a little Invacar pootling around.
Yes. Yeah, it's over there. I saw that trundling about.
Yeah, he's come from London.
And that's not your one?
That's not my one. No. So he's come all the way from London in that this morning. And he's now going all the way back to London.
That's a hell of a drive.
And that's it. And just lovely stories. You get talking to people. Some of the stories here.
Yeah, the number of people who've gone, oh, is that Ian's rodeo?
Yeah.
Like,
and
no,
there was a
not.
Matisse. Is that Ian's Matisse?
This is the problem almost when you have so many cars. Everybody assumes that the one that looks vaguely similar, oh, that must be your car.
Yeah.
But it's been another fantastic event. Looking forward to number 5. Hopefully we'll turn up with not only the Rodius, but maybe another one as well, if we get it running or get anything running, because that's the only one of our fleet that runs at the moment.
Oh, nice.
And that really is only as of yesterday when it got an MOT.
Blimey, nothing like leaving it. I mean, we bought a car on Wednesday.
Yes.
The other car we bought had an MOT on Thursday, and then we set off on Friday. So I'm going to do some relaxing next week.
Yes, definitely. You deserve some time off.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll let you go because you've got to clear up a huge amount of stuff.
We have.
And kick everybody out. So and the event is done at this point, which I'm going to flash back after this to the actual end of the event with all of the horns, because that was quite cool.
Yeah.
But we've just jumped around in time slightly. So thank you once again for putting on a fabulous event.
Thank you for coming.
As well as Carly and Steph and Furious Driving, whose name suddenly escapes me. Matt.
Don't worry, I've been doing that all day.
Okay, cool. I feel slightly less bad now, but and the rest of the team, the marshals, everybody else, and
loads
the museum,
of volunteer marshals helped us this morning. They were amazing.
You name it. So and thanks for having me on the stage as well.
You're most welcome.
We'll see you at the next one.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
See you later. Well, we've reached the end of Rustival 4 once again, and we're about to have the big horn salute where everybody blows their horns around the whole car park for the close of the event at 3 o'clock. It's been a fantastic day, met loads of people, had a really good chat to so many folks who recognised the Rodius, which did in fact make it, as you will have seen. I'm so grateful we've managed to get all of the broadcast gear in it and get everything set up. It's really been fantastic. Thanks so much to Furious Driving, iDriver Classic, HubNut, so Ian, Carly, everybody involved in the team, not just them, but also behind the scenes making this whole event possible. It's been fantastic. And I'm going to be drowned out in a minute, but I'm just going to keep talking until I get to that point. So we've, as usual, not managed to see as much as we wanted to. There's so many other cars we didn't get to see, didn't get to video, because we've just had a really nice time. The social side of this event is absolutely fantastic. And I really enjoyed being on the stage this morning, on the creator stage, going through all of the problems that I've had with building a car from scratch. But right now, we're about to hear all of the horns. deafening. You probably can't hear what I'm saying, but I don't care. And with that, Rustival 4 is over. The museum's obviously still open, lots of people are going to be sticking around going in there, and the British Motor Museum is fantastic to come and have a walk around. Fully recommend it, and if you do get a ticket for the next Rustival, it does allow you in the museum and you can turn it into an annual pass as well, so that's an absolutely fantastic benefit of just coming to the event. You get to do so much more as well. So thanks very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the episode, what few cars we managed to see as we walked around. We will see you in the next episode, which will hopefully be my talk that I gave on the creator stage, going through what you can expect from taking on a very big project. So we'll see you in that episode. You can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks to everybody I met while I was at the show who subscribed to the channel as well. Thank you so much. It really does support everything. If you're watching this video the week after it came out, I hope you had a fantastic time here. You can also be a patron of the channel as well at patreon.com/PedalBox Show, and you can buy merch like I'm wearing right here at shop.pedalbox show as well. And if you are a patron, you'll get a discount at the merch shop too. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.